I hope that this, it's rolling away. I have the fan on, not a ghost. Before I fully jump into this video, I just want to say a huge thank you for 10,000 subscribers. Oh my gosh. I genuinely think making videos for the internet is like one of the most vulnerable things that somebody can do. So I'm really glad that I decided to put myself out there, and I'm really glad that you guys like my personality and my lame jokes, and of course, my cat. Daphne says that she loves her fans, and she's also grateful for 10,000 subscribers. On that note, if you're watching this video and you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you're around for more videos and I can continue to grow my channel. I also want to go ahead and just say this so no one comments it later, but no, I'm not an IV drug user. I donated blood like 2 weeks ago. I will show you what the bruise actually looked like. And this is the residual, okay? I'm an easy bruiser, and the lady that stuck me, I'm not gonna go into detail, but she did not nicely put that needle in my arm, okay? So anyways, I don't do drugs. This is merely a blood donation, okay? I was saving lives, and at what cost? A few weeks ago on my food and fitness Instagram, I decided to make an Instagram story where I showed you guys my foam rolling routine. I ended up filming the video in a time lapse and I uploaded it to my Instagram story, and I got so many messages and questions and comments, just all things foam rolling. Many people asked me to make it a Instagram story highlight. Some people asked me to do like an IGTV, but I decided that I was just gonna make a quick YouTube video about it and kind of show you guys how to foam roll and like what my routine is and how I like to do it for myself. Okay, so the first question that I usually get asked when I tell people that they should totally foam roll is, what kind of foam roller should I get? Luckily for you, there are tons of different kinds that exist in the world, and you can kind of pick and choose what works best for you. If you're someone that's relatively new to foam rolling, or your muscles are a little bit more tight and you feel like you get sore really easily, or like if you were gonna go for a massage and you feel like just someone barely putting their hands on you is gonna make you flinch, I would go for a softer foam roller. If you're someone like me who's pretty active and maybe you have a physically demanding job, I personally like the dense or like the harder foam rollers. One of my favorite YouTube channels is Bob and Brad. They are two physical therapists who are absolutely hilarious, but all of their videos are catered toward how to take care of your body, how to stretch, how to foam roll, and how to exercise. And they always have you cracking up, so it's a win-win. Let's get into what you actually clicked on this video for, which is how to foam roll. You might be asking yourself, how is this chick allowed to give advice on foam rolling? Like, what the heck does she even know? Well, I would just like to show you that I actually do have a license. I'm a licensed physical therapist assistant, and I studied the entire human body, all of its anatomy, every single muscle. So yeah, I'm pretty educated in it, and I can teach you some stuff, but if you get hurt, it's not my fault. Okay, thanks. All right, kicking it off with the lower body, we are starting with a good old calf stretch, aka your gastrocnemius muscle. So I like to prop my hands kind of behind me. I like to have my fingers facing away from me. You can totally have your fingers facing the other way. It just hurts my shoulders a little bit. What I'm doing here is kind of using my hips to kind of thrust back and forth. That's what she said. No, okay, I'm sorry. I'm using my hips to kind of guide the motion so I can really feel that pressure with the foam roll on my calf. If you want to isolate one leg and kind of get a deeper stretch where you can hit your soleus muscle, I would cross one leg over the other and roll that way. As you can see in my face, you can definitely feel it. It's much more intense. Next up, we're hitting the back of the thighs, aka the hamstrings. I personally like to go on my knuckles for this to support myself. It looks painful, but I promise it's not, at least for me. I feel like I can get more like surface area of my hamstrings when I do this because I have more ability to move my hips forward and backwards. So your hamstrings actually attach to your pelvis, and then they also connect all the way to behind your knees. So they're very long muscles. If you'd like to isolate and just do one leg at a time, I am now isolating and just doing my right leg. So I have that left leg bent and moving back and forth. And now I'm just stretching out my right leg. If you want to do one at a time, if you prefer it that way. Next up, I'm foam rolling the top of my thighs, aka the quadriceps. And these are a huge muscle group. There are 4 muscles combined into a group of muscles, and they are very long. They go to the top of your pelvis, so like your hip bone, all the way past your knees. So you definitely want to make sure you're getting them all. I like to go on my forearms and just move back and forth very slowly over the entire tops of my thighs. I sometimes keep my knees extended all the way. Sometimes I bend them a little bit. I feel that when you bend your legs like this, you actually get a deeper stretch and it just feels way better. Here's what that technique looks like when you isolate and do one leg at a time. It's a little bit more difficult, but you can do it. You just have to kind of find like a good spot. I definitely recommend this for the guys out there for obvious reasons. Do one leg at a time. You'll thank me later. Next, we've got the hip flexors, which cross over the hip joint. If you find yourself hunched over throughout the day, you have a desk job, or you just have terrible posture like myself, you definitely want to stretch these bad boys out because these are going to pull you in and keep your body flexed forward, and you definitely want to stretch them out. So it's just a little bit above the hip bone, not too far to where you're like going to upset your stomach rolling on your belly, but just a little bit below the hips, and it's just a very small movement back and forth. I like to control the movement with my feet, as you'll see here. If you think you're too good to stretch your butt muscles, I'll just tell you that you're wrong. Your glutes really need a good stretching. This feels amazing. I'm doing just both sets of glutes right now. I like to just roll back and forth. It feels so amazing. You would not believe how much tension just builds up everywhere in your body, but especially in your glutes. Here is what it looks like when you isolate and you want to do one side at a time. Also, if you kind of turn your body a little bit to the side, you can hit more of that glute medius muscle on the outside of your glutes. You also can keep your right leg either extended or you can have it on the floor, whatever is more comfortable for you to get you moving. For the deep piriformis muscle, you're going to want to cross one leg over the other. A common thing I'll see is people trying to foam roll your lower back. It's very uncomfortable and it's not really good for your lower back. It's just a very sensitive area. There's not a lot of cushion back there, so I do not recommend it. Instead, what you should do is find your pelvis, so find your hip bones and go a little bit up, and you're going to be hitting that Quadratus Lumborum muscle. It's kind of like a muscle in your low back on the side. And what you're going to do is keep the leg of the side that you're going to be stretching straight. So in this case, my right leg is out straight, and I'm actually putting a decent amount of weight through my right arm as well. So not all that pressure is on my sides. I'm kind of evenly distributing the weight, but I'm still feeling a really incredible stretch while I'm foam rolling this side. Next up is the upper back. So you want to find like the lowest part of your ribs, and that's where you're going to align the foam roller. So you're going to place it on your low back, and then you're going to bend your legs. We call this like a hook lying position. And now you're just going to use your feet and kind of push yourself forward and backwards and let the foam roller do the rest. You can go all the way up to the tops of your shoulder blades and as low as the lowest part of your ribs. This seriously feels so amazing. I do this all the time. It's the best. That's what I'm saying here. I will do this for so long. To incorporate some other muscles and just to get an even better stretch, I will do like kind of a snow angel, so kind of going up and down with my arms along with the movement of the foam roller. I love this. This is usually when my back starts to crack really nice and gently, and it feels so amazing. And now comes my favorite stretch of all time, best thing ever. You want to align the foam roller right in line with your spine, and you're going to lay on it. And this is why I have a 36-inch foam roller, just for this stretch specifically, because I want my whole back to be able to fit on it. You also don't want to arch your back where you can stick your hand underneath it. You want to tilt your pelvis and have a flat back against the foam roller so you don't have low back pain, okay? What you're going to do is put your arms out to the side, and I did a time lapse over about 3 minutes, and my elbows were not touching the ground at the start, and by the end of it, my elbows were touching the ground. It's a great stretch if you have tight pectoral muscles, aka chest muscles. Lastly, I'm going to be showing you like a mock suboccipital release. What I'll tell my patients is to take their hand and go at the base of your neck and then work up. And as soon as you feel kind of that resistance on the base of your skull, that's exactly where you want to put the pressure with the foam roller and just kind of move your head back and forth very slowly. If you've ever heard someone taking tennis balls in a sock and then laying on the tennis balls at the base of their skull, that's what they're doing, like a suboccipital release. There is so much tension in that bony prominence area. This feels so freaking amazing. Try it out, thank me later, or try the tennis ball thing. It feels so, so good. And you can really just move your head multi-directionally. Another one that I like to do when I get pain from wearing glasses or like a headband is kind of in the temporalis muscle region. It's near the ear, and basically you just apply pressure like I am doing right here on the foam roller, and just that release you feel is so incredible, but definitely a lot of tension above the ears, especially if you wear glasses. I hope that you guys found this video informative and helpful, especially if you're interested in foam rolling or just looking to do something to better your body, but it's not like a crazy hard workout. It's actually something that's very relaxing and feels really good. And seriously, like I was just filming this as like a tutorial, but I actually did off camera spend a couple extra minutes like foam rolling, and I just feel so loose. I feel so good. Like I can't explain how amazing foam rolling is for your muscles, how good it feels. If you made it this far in the video, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little tutorial slash how I foam roll sort of video. If you enjoyed the video and you're considering foam rolling in the future, give it a thumbs up for me. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you're around for more videos in the future. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.